Unit number 19. The Eagles Present. Joshua and his friend Morgan sat on the front doorstep, enjoying the evening breeze. Morgan had been helping Joshua build a wall. The men had stopped work for the day. Morgan would soon be going home. As they rested, the eagle swooped out of the sky and perched on the wall. I would love I would love an eagle as a pet, said Joshua. Eagles are birds of prey, said Morgan. I don't think an eagle would like living in a cage. Who said anything about a cage? Said Joshua. He stood up quietly and went inside. He returned moments later with a mosquito net. Come here, my beauty, he whispered as he crept along the side of the wall. The eagle was looking at something in the field on the other side of the wall. Perhaps it had spotted a mouse or a rabbit. Joshua got very close. Then, as quick as a flash, he threw the net over the bird. The eagle flapped its wings and tried to escape, but it was no use. It was trapped. Joshua got hold of the bird and took it to show Morgan. Oh, do let it go, said Morgan when he saw the struggling bird. It wants to be free. It is going nowhere, said Joshua, and he carried it into the house. The next day, Morgan came to see Joshua. Joshua proudly showed him the eagle. What have you done to its wings? Asked Morgan. I clipped them so that the bird cannot fly away. Clipped them, said Morgan. Oh, why? Just for fun, said Joshua. The bird will not have to live in a cage. It will stay here with me. Morgan looked sad. The poor bird hopped around. It tried to fly, but with no wings to flap, it could not take off. A few weeks went by. Every time Morgan passed Joshua's house, he saw the eagle. Sometimes it was out in the yard with the hens, and it flapped about just like them. The king of birds had become a common fowl. The eagle soon became thin and gray. Its eyes became dull, and it stopped trying to lift off into the air. The proud bird was now full of shame. It would not eat and was waiting to die. Morgan felt so sorry for the eagle when he thought about his beautiful bird. Tears came to his eyes. He tried to get Joshua to set it free, but Joshua would not listen. Then one day Morgan came to Joshua and said, why don't you sell the eagle to me? What do you want it for? Asked Joshua. I would like to look after it, said Morgan. It will cost you a lot of money, said Joshua. I don't care how much it costs, said Morgan. Sell it to me, please. Joshua agreed to sell Morgan the eagle for a large sum of money. Morgan paid Joshua and carried the bird home. But the bird did not look well. It would soon die. Morgan went to see an old lady who lived by herself nearby. She was very clever, and her house was full of birds and animals. No one knew what she did, and some people called her a witch. They were afraid of her, but Morgan did not care. He was thinking only of the eagle. Morgan returned from the old lady's house carrying a small bag. It was full of tiny packets of herbs. He also carried a recipe that was scrawled on an old brown paper envelope. Joshua wasted no time. He went straight to his kitchen and began to follow the recipe. He put water in a pan and heated it. Then he added the herbs from one of the packets, then another. He never stopped stirring the bubbling mixture. Soon the medicine was ready. He gently lifted the eagle onto his lap and rubbed some of the mixture onto the eagle's clipped wings. He rubbed and he rubbed and he rubbed. The next day, Morgan rubbed some more of the mixture onto the bird's feathers. After a week of this care, as if by magic, the eagle's eyes began to twinkle again. Its wings began to grow, and soon after that, it could hold its head high. It did not flap about like a hen anymore, but began to lift off the ground and perch on top of the furniture. Soon the eagle began to fly about the room. Then one day Morgan took the bird into his garden. He held out his arm and the bird perched on it. The eagle's feathers shone in the morning sunlight. They looked fresh and new. The eagle waited for a few moments, then it spread its wings, flapped, and took off into the air. With a few more flaps, it rose above the trees. It soared into the sky and slowly became a tiny speck against the blue. Morgan started Morgan stared at it till it disappeared altogether. Then he smiled and went inside. The next morning, when Morgan stepped out of his house, he found a dead rabbit on his doorstep. He picked it up and looked around. He saw a shadow on the lawn, and looking up, spotted the eagle circling high above him. "Thank you, my friend," said Morgan. "This will do nicely for my dinner."